On social media, former U.S. postal carrier Mary Ann Magdamit boasted about lavish trips to Hawaii, designer shopping sprees, and the piles of cash she pulled in. But tonight, federal prosecutors in Southern California say she funded that luxurious lifestyle by stealing checks and credit cards out of the mail that she was meant to deliver. Magdamit, arrested in July after a complaint to the Postal Service hotline led them to a Home Depot, where prosecutors say surveillance footage appeared to catch the postal worker using a stolen card to buy this rug. Authorities executing a search warrant at her apartment late last year, finding stacks of cash, 113 credit and debit cards, 20 checks addressed to others, and a loaded ghost gun. Her seized luxury goods appraised at $21,000. According to a criminal complaint, Magdamit told prosecutors how the scam worked, saying she would steal the debit or credit cards directly from the mail. At times, buying the real cardholders' social security numbers to activate the cards. Also, sometimes obtaining fake phone numbers through an app to conceal herself when making the activation call. Telling investigators, quote, "I tried to change the way I moved."
Well, not only did the search warrant yield incriminating evidence, the defendant apparently offered a confession to her crimes. This is essentially an airtight case for the government. No surprise that this defendant came in very quickly to plead guilty.
Magdamit would then head to places like the Apple Store and use the stolen cards to make purchases. Prosecutors say she also worked with co-conspirators to cash checks in other people's names, using fake IDs or to sell the cards she didn't use herself, making about $500 each time. She even talked about targeting EDD cards, investigators saying those are prepaid debit cards used in California to distribute payments for those on unemployment, disability, and paid family leave. Magdamit is behind bars tonight after pleading guilty to bank fraud and agreeing to hand over more than $8,000 in cash, a Rolex watch, and designer items from fashion houses like Hermes and Balenciaga.
And with that, Yasmin joins us now in studio. So, Yasmin, how much time could this former postal carrier face? And then what was some of the other evidence they had in this case?
So sentencing is coming in the fall. Up to 30 years in prison is what she is facing. But according to the complaint, they had mounted a camera inside her mail truck. And they saw her essentially sorting the mail, pouring out some of the mail onto a shelf inside the mail truck. This is all according to the complaint. And then putting some of the mail then into her mail bag. And they believe that is what, in fact, she was bringing home and then subsequently using. And that is part of the evidence that we're now seeing in the side complaint. And then looking, of course, to the sentencing in the fall.
All right, Yasmin, we thank you for that.
Thanks, Tom.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.